Good morning, welcome to another video. As you see behind me, I am down Horseshoe Lake again. I've come out today to do a little bit of tench, crucian, roach, who knows, fishing. Quite happy to have a nice mixed bag. That's the plan. Now, not ideal conditions for doing this sort of thing, as you can see with my t-shirt, with my sun hat on. It's this week where it's really hot and sunny. So I've picked myself a little secluded corner with some cover. I think there's willow leaves or willow debris falling into the water here. Just because I thought perhaps with this shade might do us a bit of a favour. There's quite a few anglers on, including, as I say, myself, obviously, and also with my friend Nick, who's in the next peg there. Nick from Wildlife and Fishing. So we may well see him catch some fish in the videos as well. But yeah, I'm just going to fish just off the rod top, nice and sensitively, see what we can catch. As I say, I'm not sure how well this is going to go today with the weather as it is. If we're not doing too well, we may knock this on the head completely, perhaps go over an island pool, have a go on there, and maybe perhaps do some service fishing for carp, something like that. We'll change it up completely if this isn't working, but I've not been able to get here earlier, having to do the school run, so it's getting on for 10 o'clock now, so we'll see how it goes anyway. So the plan is to fish as close in as possible, really. I'm going to fish off the rod top, literally. Ooh. Nearly dropped me SSG. I'm just pluming up with an SSG. I think with this hot weather and the weather having been hot yesterday as well, the fish will like to be in the shallower water because this does get very deep very quickly as you go out. So I'm thinking fishing somewhere about there. I think we're going to be probably 6 or 7 foot there, which will be perfect in my eyes. Right, I think we found our position. It's more about depth really than how far out we are. I want to fish in, like I say, about 6 or 7 foot, I would say. Be ideal. I'll keep my voice down a bit because obviously there's a lot of other anglers on, so we don't want to disturb them. Come out for a nice peaceful day. Just sussing these depths out. There we go, it goes a lot deeper there, look. Floats under there. That's perfect. Right, I'm happy with that. We've got about 6 foot there, 6.5 foot. I'm happy with that. That's nice. I'll get that back in. I'll get a bit of bait in. So I've bought a variety of hook baits today. I'm not sure exactly what I use. I'm going to start on maggots, the catch-all. But I've got some my usual Sensor 3000 Grow Scardons mixed with some liquidized bread. So we'll put a bit of that in, just a little bit, like so. Got some hemp, which is a great attractant, as we know. A couple of small handfuls of that, and somewhere I've got some micro pellets. Right, that will do. As usual, everything I'm using gear-wise, which I'll run through in a second, and bait-wise, I'll stick in the description below so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So as I say, gear-wise, I've got my Daiwa Connoisseur 15-foot rod. This is the power version. It's got a bit of backbone if we hook anything huge. But it's got a nice soft tip for silvers, so we don't bump them off. Got a Daiwa 125M closed face reel on there, and I've got one of these, my new favourite floats, certainly still water floats. It's this Dave Harrell sensitive waggler here. As you can see there, this tip is made in a sort of cross section of an X, so there's not a lot to it. It's very sensitive, but it's very visible if you look at it that way. This is the 4 AAA model. Could probably go lighter as we're fishing relatively close in, but that's what I'm set up for. So we'll get fishing. If we're struggling, we'll perhaps lighten it up, perhaps put a lighter one on. But for now, let's get fishing. Last time we fished here, we were over, swims over on the point. Changed it up today. Never fished in this peg before. Right, let's get fishing, shall we? We'll maggot. See what happens. The swim Nick's in has got a bit of cover to it. It's where a few videos ago I was catching those small crucians. I'll link you in up there in the description to that one, if you want to go and have a look at that. So I put him in there because I thought that's a pretty good bet today with the weather as it is. Apologies for the squeaky chair. Right, that's lovely. That's just settled lovely, that has. Let's see what we can do. You can probably see out there, lots of carp gobbing away on the top already, mouthing at all this sort of willow fluff that's coming off. Well, sort of seed pods, I don't know what they are. I'm looking forward to this. Not ideal conditions at all. Leave my float alone, you. But hopefully we can have a few fish. Right, we've just had a little dip on the float there. Make sure I've not been mugged. Just a very rapid little dip, looked like a sort of roach type bite. Maggot's not been sucked though. Now, as I said, I'm not confident that this is going to work today necessarily. We may struggle a bit doing this. It's not ideal. Really, should have got out at dawn to do this on a day like this. But you never know, and that's why, as I said, I brought Nick with me. He's guesting today, so I put him in that peg there because I thought that's around that cover. Should be quite good for some fish. Should be around the cover in these sort of conditions. But I'd be happy to catch a few roach, or I don't mind. I don't mind. Nice mixed bag. Ooh, there we go. We've had another little. Oh, we're getting a few knocks. That's a good sign. I think maybe I need to dot this float down a tiny little bit more. As for my shotting, I've got bulk of the shot about halfway down. And I've got 3 number 8 droppers, just so we get the bait down through the water to sort of half depth or so, and then it'll just drop the last half nice and slowly. Ooh, hello. Blimey. Very nearest to bite. I just lifted into it and oh, it's off. We're in. Just a tiny little bite. This is on corn. I didn't want to give it the big end because I wasn't convinced that it was a proper bite. There's going to be anything on there. What's this? Little tinker. Oh, that's a start, isn't it? Fab. Well, a bit of tench juggling. We'll have a quick look at him in the sun. How's about that? He's very lively. We get him straight back. Fab. Go on, chap, back you go. Yeah, it's the nearest to bites. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to connect, which is why I didn't strike very hard. There we go, that took on the drop. What we got here? Little roach. Well, a not so little roach. Yeah, he definitely took that on the drop. I was wondering if we would get anything going on the drop. Oh, drop down there now. Go on, chap, back you go. I was just thinking about shallowing up actually and having a go a bit further out. There's not a lot going on close in. Oh no, that was a sign of some fish up in the water. The float just got knocked. Well, we've had a bite out there. I've just changed the depth to about 4 foot. We'll just see how we get on, see if we can get something going out there. Let's say we might catch some rudd, some roach out there, who knows. Might take a bit of encouraging, but you never know. There's not a great deal going on down there, if I'm honest. It might pick up, there we go. It might pick up later on, perhaps. Who knows? I think if we're going to catch a few of these, I think I need to put the keep net in. Because I don't want to keep putting these back. Because I think we'll spook them all if we do. We'll chuck the keep net in. Yeah, it'd be nice to catch a few of these, wouldn't it? Again, it's dropped out in the net. I was chatting to Nick at the time, and I said to Nick, is there a problem with it? And he said, no, it's fine. He said, we've had some today already. Oh, blimey. Well, something a bit bigger. What's this? Suddenly charged off.
That's proving something.
Yeah, it's working already, isn't it? Is it a skimmer up in the water? It's fine for a bream. Must be a hybrid. It's got to be a hybrid. Yeah, there's a bit of roach in that, I would say. They do scrap the old hybrids, don't they? It's about that. Right. Got something going by the looks of it. I say I couldn't get anything going down in closer in, so on the deck. But you know, that'll be cooking away down there, so if we see any signs, and we'll have a go, and if we can have a go periodically down there anyway. Well, it's not a bite of chuck, but we are getting some bites out there. A few roach, a couple of hybrids. They certainly seem happy to be up in the water. Certainly happier than down here. They don't seem to want to be down there feeding. Let's walk. Oh. I think they're a bit deeper than I'm set, actually. It's just a case of finding the best depth. I'm at about 4 foot. I think the depth out there is probably about 12, 13, 14 foot. So we're only a third of the depth. Perhaps need to go a little bit deeper. I'm not getting bites straight away. You see, I'm just sort of counting the seconds down until we get a bite. It's a bit tricky because you're not getting a bite every cast. I'm just wondering if we go a little bit deeper, maybe we will. Perhaps I just hold a little bit deeper in the water. See, all those shot have registered on that float now. So the maggot must be at least 4 foot down or thereabouts. Just settling. Yeah, I'm gonna put a bit of depth on. Let's see how that does with the bites. Let's put a foot and a quarter on. A good foot, shall we say. There we go. Yeah, they're a bit deeper, aren't they? There's a nice roach. Ooh, can't like that. He's got a nasty mark on his back, but that's a nice roach. It's about that, as I say, lucky escape. On a grebe, I think, or perhaps not a grebe, maybe a cormorant. Yeah, just gone a bit deeper. That's cracking. If we can have a net full of those, I'll be very happy. Oh, get some bites now. Or should I say, missing some bites now. Oh, you can see a bite that time. Hey. Bites. There's always a way to get some bites, isn't there? There's always a way. Well, usually. Yeah. What's this? Feels a bit hybridy to me. Not doing what roach do. Yeah, another hybrid, I think. A little fat thing. Now, you get all sorts of surprises doing this. Hopefully some rudd. Obviously, crucians and tench. We might well catch doing this. Who knows? Well, we're getting a few bites. As I say, it's not exactly what we had planned, but I bought lots of different gear today and baits and stuff, just knowing that it was going to be tricky. Nick's so it's slowed up a bit. He's been catching lots of bream, but I mean it's that time of day, isn't it? It's sort of midday. The carp are around. I don't really think there's enough of them in this particular bit of the lake to actually have a go for them on the top. Probably you'd want to go on Island Lake or maybe on the other half of this lake. It seems to hold more carp. There's usually a few about in this side, I've noticed in the past, but they do seem to like the other half a bit more, just on my very few visits here. That's what I was saying about that twitch, giving it a twitch. It usually works. A bit bigger, I think another hybrid. Yeah, looks a bit of a skimmer. Looks like he might be a skimmer. Yeah, that's a proper skimmer. Yeah. Did plan on going to the canal for the next session. Well, I've ended up coming here firstly because I had the day that I didn't need to do the school run, as I mentioned. I think I mentioned. And today I could get together with Nick as well. We fancied coming here. He fancied doing a bit of crucians fishing, but the weather's not really playing ball. Although it is beautiful, it's not very fishy. I'm going to keep this inside line topped up. I can't imagine there's no fish there. So we'll keep some bait going in. We're fishing out further. Yeah, a spiky fella. It's definitely a male. Males of a lot of fish species this time of year have tubercles on them, like those bumps they get on them. They get them this time of year because they use them in spawning. They, I believe they use them to rub up against the female to get her to release her eggs. Obviously that's why the males have them and the females don't. The key with this shallow fishing is having your float set at the right depth. You want it deep enough, obviously, so the maggot's got to get down to the depth the fish are at. But if you have it too deep, you miss a lot of bites. You've got a lot of slack line out between, or loose line rather than slack, between the float and the maggot. It makes you lose or miss a lot of bites, I should say. Which is kind of what's happening now, like that. I think I might need to shallow up. bit better. This is a roach, it's a nice one. I think it might just be. He's no monster. But he's a roach. Well, as I said, I'd be happy to catch a net full of those. Nice handful, beautiful, in the dappled sunlight. And as I've discovered this year, doing this sort of thing on here in Snitterfield, you never know what the next bite's going to be from. Fishing shallow, you just never know. Oh, we're catching some nice roach now. Cool, this one's got a mark on him as well, I think. I think the cormorant's a bit on here, by the looks of it. God. It's X-rated, blimey. They're protected from the furry monsters, the otters, in here, because there's a fence round, but obviously the airborne ones, not so much. So you just saw a cormorant flying around, but he clearly wanted to land somewhere. There's far too many people on here at the moment. They don't like it, do they? Yeah, these fish are definitely more up in the water now. Getting bites within a few seconds of the float going in, rather than having to wait for the bait to sink several feet down. Much easier this would be with a loaded float, but I do like the versatility of having a shot on the line. I'm a bit old school like that. Right, we're back to about 3.5 foot there. There we go, look, that's worked, hasn't it? Connected with the first one. These are the bites we were missing. Can't swing that one. Wonderful. Thoroughly enjoyable. Rather than targeting the fish that don't seem to want to feed, we'll target the ones that do. That's sort of my fishing all over, really. Do what's right in the circumstances. What I really should be doing today is floater fishing for carp. Nick's actually gone off to do some of that, so it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. He's got a loaf of bread and he's going to try and stalk some out, I think, on the top. Oh, hello. I think we've hooked a carp. Oh dear. He's off. Oh dear. Right, we've turned him. I'm on a £3 bottom, I should say at this point, as the red baron goes over for the 15th time. Come off. Well, that was a brief moment of excitement. I don't think he snapped me. He hasn't snapped me. I told you you could catch absolutely anything. Get some surprises. Get the back wind on quick, or off. go. Oh, this is pulling back a bit as well. Not quite like that carp though. Roach in and amongst cruising carp. Beautiful. Nothing huge yet, but some nice ones certainly. And as we've just seen, you never know what the next bite will be from. We've got this going now. We've got it proper cooking now. It's took an hour. We've properly got this cooking now. We swing it. Ooh, just about. Probably shouldn't have. Beautiful roach and hybrids now. Wonderful. Well, that's the fourth fish on that maggot, so I think I'll probably change it. I thought that float was a bit funny. So I'm going to grab that on the way down. Loving it, absolutely loving it. Oh dear, there's another carp out there I can see. Stay away from my maggots. It's trying to eat all the willow seed pods or whatever they are. This feels a bit bigger. I think it's probably a skimmer though. This is a roach, it's a nice one. Oh, I think it might be, you know. Oh, that's a roach, that's a cracker. Oh, I think it is, you know, I think it is. Oh yeah, that's about that. It's the biggest one of the day by far. Beautiful, nice handful, look at that. That's fantastic. This is wonderful. The worst fishing conditions you could possibly get, except perhaps when it's freezing cold. And we're catching some beautiful roach. It's mostly roach. We've had a few skimmers, a few hybrids, but mostly roach. Oh. The line pulled through the rings. That quick. I missed it. Probably had the maggot. And of course the problem with this sort of fishing is I can't just have a bit of a break because I need to keep feeding. Feeding is the key to this. If I don't keep feeding, the fish are just going to drift off. So I think we'll do this until perhaps we get fairly low on maggots. And then perhaps we'll look at doing something else. Maybe we'll target a carp, perhaps we'll go on the method maybe. Could do something a bit different, couldn't we? So I think this inside line will certainly be better later on this afternoon and into the evening, early evening. Float lifted out of the water first. And went under. Whatever that was very shallow. I think it is another nice roach. Oh, another cracker. That's about him. Another absolute beauty. Wonderful. This is certainly a wonderful way to pass the afternoon hours. Well, we carry on catching. Went a bit quiet for a few minutes, but it's back on again now. We've had a nice net full. What I'm planning on doing, I'm not going to fish on the drop too much longer. Firstly, it's getting later in the day. We're about 4 o'clock now, somewhere around there. So we'll perhaps give it another half an hour or so. I'm running out of maggots as well, to be honest. I normally bring some spares and leave them in the car, just in case I need them, but I didn't today, purely because it's so hot. Just thought they'd be a sweaty mess. I've got about half a pint left, I'd say. I started off with about 2.5 pints. But it's certainly been a nice afternoon. We started doing this certainly about 12:30ish, somewhere around there. Shallow, fishing shallow. So about 3 hours or so at it. It's certainly kept the bites coming. Majority roach. I had 1 or 2 rudd, a little chublet, a few hybrids and a couple of skimmers. Certainly not what it was, fishing shallow, but it may well be because I've sort of slowed up on the feed because I, like I say, get a bit low on maggots. Well, Nick's just gone shallow. Second cast, he's hooked into a carp, so we shall we'll go and have a look. Give him a hand. I think it could be a while yet though before he gets it in. That's a decent fish, isn't it? Blimey, it's warm in the sun, isn't it? His mate's over there, look.
Yeah, there's a few out there still. I say if I wanted to, just swim past it.
Bye bye.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's up, you know.
Yeah.
Come on, let's keep you up there.
You getting somewhere? Sorry, mate. I didn't think it'd be that quick.
It's close, got it.
Got him. Well, how's about that? Second cast, fishing shallow, single maggot, size 18.
Yeah, £2 bottom. It was a bit squeaky bum moment.
A bit hairy, isn't it? But yeah, that's a cracking, beautiful
The
fish.
colours on that as well. Yeah, £8, £9. What do you reckon?
Somewhere around there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was a nice bit of excitement, wasn't it? Beautiful fish. I know kind of ornamentals like that, or slightly ornamental looking fish, not everyone's cup of tea, but it was a very beautiful fish, I have to say. Although not the sort of carp we're after. I think we've kind of accepted now that if we're going to get any crucians and tench, it's going to be an hour or two, perhaps, when it starts to get a little bit nearer dusk. The gate's shut here at 8:30, so we've got to be out by then. But we can certainly fish up till then. We'll give this a bit longer. I've been sort of running out of maggots, but Nick's got loads and he's donated me some, bless him. So I'm going to carry on a little bit more because we are getting bites, look. Looks a nice fish. I think it might be a rudd. It took that quite high up in the water. Yeah, it is a rudd. Lovely, like that in the afternoon sunshine. Ooh, this is a better fish. Blimey. What's this? Hopefully not a carp. Oh no. Oh, I think it is. Bye bye. I think I've hooked a carp. I think so. It's right out there. Oh dear. It's gone. It's halfway across the lake. Oh dear. He's up on the top, I think. I don't know. We got him beat. He's sort of wallowing. It's only been 5 minutes or so. No. Come on. Got him. Thanks, mate. Oh, my arm. Well, we'll have a quick look at this fella. He's a proper one. About that. Fantastic. Absolutely wonderful. Heck of a scrap as well. On light gear, size 18, £3 bottom. Wonderful. That was a fight and a half. God, they're still out here, look. Leave me alone. I don't mind catching carp, but when you carp fishing, it'd be nice. Next cast. Well, this is pulling back a bit. What a session we've had shallow today. Story of the spring so far, isn't it? God, it's so warm sat here. This is a roach, it's a monster. It's not, it's a bream, I think. It is, look at him right up in the water. Got him. Oh, no, this is a better fish. It doesn't feel like a carp. What's this? That could be a bream, actually. Got excited for a minute. Just thinking of knocking this on the head. It's fishing up in the water. He's pulling back. Sort of. Like bream do. And they get a bit bigger. They don't pull your arm off, do they? But they do pull back. Oh, it's all wrapped up. Oh, there we go. Pinged off. Come on, chap. Got him. Can't see what I'm doing. The sun's right there in the water. Oh, he's a proper bream, isn't he? How's about that? A spiky male. Right, I think one more fish and then I'm gonna call it on the shallow fishing. We've had the afternoon at it. It's been very, very enjoyable. It has quieted right off now. I'm hoping that's perhaps an indication that the fish are getting on the bottom down here. I've kept trickling the bait in here. In fact, it reminds me we'll trickle a bit more in, a few more pellets. And we'll have a go where we had that tench this morning. Yeah, as you can see, I mean, we've cast out there, sank nothing. Give it a twitch, nothing. Well, as I say, I'm going to empty this keep net. I'm going to carry on fishing closer in now, but I'm going to empty this out because these fish have been in here long enough. And we'll have a quick look what we've caught before we put them back. I think we've had a decent net full, I would say. How's about that? A net full of fish. Wonderful. A cracking net full of fish. Absolutely wonderful. No, that's it. I'm going to call it a day there. There is nothing going on for me on the bottom there at all. However, I certainly cannot complain about that bag of fish we've had this afternoon. Absolutely fantastic. We've made a silk purse out of a sow's ear today. I think we've done really well. I'm really pleased. It was tough going in the edge this morning, albeit that we couldn't get here too early. This evening, nothing doing. That one skimmer, that's been it. Yeah, what a cracking session we've had. We had that lovely net of fish. I've really enjoyed that. I do love fishing shallow. Nice active method. Really enjoy that. Now, I'm going to try and get out later on in the week. It's going to be similar conditions all week, so I'm not sure what we'll do. Let's suck it and see. Perhaps we'll try and do an early morning or an evening. Perhaps down the canal. Target perhaps some bream and roach down there. Who knows? But we'll suss out conditions, see exactly what's happening. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support as the geese have a fight. Thanks to those of you who supported me through buymeacoffee.com, and I'll see you again very soon.